Welcome everybody into another episode of the 401 Conversations podcast. I'm Mike Neely, certified plan fiduciary advisor, investment consultant, and owner here at Equity 401k Consultants. And as you can tell, I am alone for this podcast. We didn't have an interview scheduled for this pod, but there are a lot of updates and important items to cover, especially now that we are, hard to believe, getting close to the end of the third quarter here and about to head into the fourth quarter of 2023. So where does the time go? I have no idea. But what I can say is that there are some important things that you need to know. So I wanted to get that information out, and hopefully this will be of value to a lot of you. I also want to say I appreciate all of you that are subscribing to the pod and to the channel. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe so that you can continue to receive updates from us. And we appreciate you. So, update number one, we are approaching the safe harbor deadlines for startup plans. So if you are looking to start a plan and have it be safe harbor, you're going to want to get that up and running as soon as possible. October 1st is the deadline for safe harbor. However, you have to get notices out 30 days prior to that. So September 1st is when you would want to notify employees that you are going safe harbor or starting a safe harbor plan. So that is important as we are quickly approaching that deadline. And it does take time to get a plan set up. So if you are thinking of doing a startup, now is the time to get that done. With that being said, if you're here in the state of California, we have Cal Savers, and we do have that mandate. So if you haven't started a plan yet, this is a great opportunity to get on that and get a plan going so that you can avoid any of the Cal Savers issues or fines from the state of California, and still have a plan set up in time to take advantage of any tax breaks for 2023 and beyond as well. One thing to mention with all of this stuff, you're going to want to make sure that you consult your tax advisors, and also make sure that you're working with a great third-party administrator to have everything set up properly and make sure that it is compliant. Also, for startup plans, we continue to have them, and we continue to have the Secure 2.0 tax breaks. So that will certainly go a long way in helping you set up a plan. And if you would like more information on that, we have great resources here. I'd be happy to send them over. And as always, put you in contact with the right people to help with any questions or anything that you need going forward. Another big change, thanks to Secure 2.0, that is going to take effect on 1/1/2024 is the catch-up contributions for highly compensated employees. So for employees that are receiving W-2 gross pay $145,000 or more, and they're age 50 and over, and they're going to be making catch-up contributions. Those contributions for catch-up will now have to go into a Roth account. So if your 401k plan doesn't have a Roth account, and you do have employees that fall into that category of needing to do catch-up contributions, age 50 and over, making $145,000, you're going to want to get a Roth provision set up. We are seeing it starting to come out, notices coming from 401k providers, as well as a lot of third-party administrators are starting to reach out because they are going to start setting up Roth provisions for 401k plans starting 1/1/2024. So as you get ready to get into the back half of the year and you're going through, compliance and updates, and you're going through reviews with your advisor or your third-party administrator, this is one of those times where you're going to want to make sure that you do have your third-party administrator involved and you are having this conversation, especially if you fall into that category. I would also say if you're starting up a plan, most of the startups that we do, if not all of them here at Equity 401k Consultants, we include a Roth provision just simply for that flexibility for employees to have that ability to contribute post-tax and take advantage of a Roth account. And as is the case now for our highly compensated folks, 145,000 or more, again, age 50 and over, they are going to need to utilize that provision. One other thing to note, if you are setting up a plan this year for the first time as a startup, you are required to have automatic enrollment. And, that is a part that's going to come into play in plan year 2025. So you might as well get that done now when you're setting the plan up. So auto enrollment is going to be a feature that's going to be required. It's also going to require auto escalation. We'll be doing more webinars and more updates on these things, especially here on the pod, and taking deeper dive for educational webinars. So keep a lookout for those on our monthly webinar series. Any of those catch your interest, we would certainly love to have you join us here at Equity 401k Consultants to be able to get that information, and it will be timely. And of course, we will help keep you up to date on those things, especially as we do get more information and more review and more follow-up from the Department of Labor on a lot of these new legislative provisions that came through with Secure 2.0. And lastly, I do want to promote it. We just put out a book. First one, it's an ebook on plan management. It's called the 401k Success Blueprint, Unleashing the Power of the 4 Pillars of Plan Management. It is complimentary to clients and anybody in the 401k community to help with simplified 401k plan management. I will put a link in the show notes so that you can go and download your copy of it. Again, it is completely complimentary, and it's our hope that it provides value to helping you look at plan management in a simpler way, and also to help you as you go throughout the year managing the plan, that you're able to compartmentalize things into what we call the 4 pillars of plan management. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you taking the time, as always, to listen into these things, to join us on webinars, to take advantage of the resources that we offer. My goal is always to provide you with timely information and make sure that everything that we provide is of value. And if you do find this of value, please feel free to share it out on all the social platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you are for your company. We just want to get the information out there. And as always, if there's anything that I can provide to you, my information is at the end of every one of these podcasts, every one of these videos, and it is also in the show notes. And I would love to connect with you and see how we can help you create prosperity for your business and continue to build security for your employees. So thank you again, and I will see you on another edition of the 401 Conversations podcast.